Hello and welcome to Revsportz. A very good afternoon from Vizag. This is Trisha Ghosal here. And I have come to discuss a very important topic, which is something that India need to work harder on. Well, I think you have guessed what it is. Definitely about the Indian fielding lapses. Yes, there was dew. Yes, the conditions were challenging because it's not easy to grip the ball or to take catches or to field when there's a lot of dew. And there was a lot of dew. You could see Jemima, while running, slipped. While turning for the second run, she slipped. There were a number of times when fielders, while fielding, and absolutely an easy ball, they were not even running probably one or two steps. They were slipping. So there was a lot of dew, and I understand that. But this is how it is going to be. For example, there will be a lot of dew when they play WPL as well. In India, in the evening time, in Vizag, for sure, there will be a lot of dew. But you cannot be using that as an excuse to keep, dropping catches. India dropped as many as 5 catches against a Sri Lanka team. That's perfectly fine. And especially when Chamari Atapattu was out, I think it did not matter really. But in important games, crucial games against Australia, you don't want to miss catches. You don't want to give them chances. And this is the beginning of your World Cup preparation. Even during the World Cup, we have seen that, sparingly, some excellent fielding, some matches, India was excellent, but not overall. And that continues, and that will be a bit of concern for Munish Bali as well. What exactly can Munish Bali do? And let's break this up. We will have to talk about the wicket keeping as well. Trisha Ghosal on the leg side, the collection when there's a wide, when there is a run out chance is fantastic. But other than that, when there's a sneak, and when there's a sneak, you have to understand the ball deviates very quickly and comes very quickly to the keeper. All said and done, Richa has to take those catches. Because, again, as I'm saying, if, say, for example, Alice Perry in perfect form hitting you for runs and you miss one of those catches, she is not going to continuously give you chances. Against Sri Lanka, it worked. I mean, they just scored 120 odd. In fact, think of this. If you didn't miss those 5 catches, probably they would have been less than 100 and you would have finished the game in a much more convincing way. And then we go to N. Sri Charani. And I'm talking about this player-wise because the fielding part impacts their career as well. And when we talk about Richa, now Richa has to think of this, that G. Kamalini is breathing down her neck. Yes, Richa is a power hitter, but G. Kamalini can also hit big. Yes, she is young, but she is a much better keeper. The experience, the power hitting probably is to Richa's advantage, but she's not irreplaceable. If she does not work on her wicket-keeping skills, it is going to be very difficult for her to keep her place for as much as she can, because there are, as I am saying, G. Kamalini can hit big, G. Kamalini can get that position, and G. Kamalini is a better wicket keeper from whatever Richa has performed so far. Then if you go to N. Sri Charani, her misfielding, if she cannot catch properly, if she is not good at fielding, and if she misfields continuously, then she ideally brings in just bowling 4 overs, because Sri Charani cannot bat. And in that case, if a Vaishnavi Sharma is more economical than her on a consistent basis, then Vaishnavi is going to replace N. Sri Charani, and you're going to get in Sneha Rana, because she can give you, that finishing at number 8 as well. Because right now at number 8 in what the playing 11 was fielded yesterday, Arundhati was coming at 8. You can bring in, Sneha Rana, and she can come at 8. Arundhati can come at 9. Your batting extends. And all this happens if N. Sri Charani does not concentrate on her fielding more. Again, not something that any of Richa or Charani are doing intentionally, but it is how the wet ball, of course, is becoming a difficulty. But I also know that they practice with it. So you cannot say that under lights is a problem, because you play most of your T20 matches under lights. WPL will be completely under light. There are 2 matches, not completely under light. There are 2 afternoon games, but rest of the games are all in the evening. So dew will be a factor. Dew cannot be a reason for you to drop. And now going to Smriti Mandana's catch drop, which went for a 6. I thought Smriti Mandana, more than dropping the catch, was guilty of not standing in the correct position, because it was in the 19th over that she dropped the catch, or 18th over that she dropped the catch, and she was inside. She was pretty inside the boundary line. So when Vishmi Gunaratne actually hit that shot, the ball was much behind her. And instead of going sideways to take the catch behind her, she just took 4-5 steps behind, was not completely balanced, and also had that boundary line in her subconscious mind, that whether she is going to cross the boundary line or not, which again helps. If you're sideways, you can have an eye on the boundary line. That's why it helps in taking the catches. And that went for a 6. While the next ball, Vishmi Gunaratne was run out, and it did not cost us much, because rest of the Sri Lankan batters couldn't really get hold of the, ball and hit sixes or boundaries at all. Even quick 1s and 2s, they could barely take those. And that's why we could restrict them to 121 for 6. But otherwise, I think against big teams in big occasions, it will become a huge problem if we do not know how to solve the fielding. New fielding drills, maybe some unique fielding drills are required for us to do much, much better. Probably take a leaf out of the hats of the sides which field well, the Australians, the English, and try to get more catching practice in. It will become important, because we certainly cannot miss this. And Harmanpreet Kaur knows this. In her post-match presentation, when she was speaking, she did say that, we are working very hard, but something is going wrong. We will work harder. And that really is positive, that the team recognizes the weakness, and I'm sure they will work on it. Keep watching Revsportz for more such content, and more such content on different sports, because there is only one site that will give you the coverage for every single sport. Like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to keep watching.